Nice little icon that pops up. You are live, so you know it's us in the world.
No more dirty words, unless they sneak out.
Unless they just happen to drop, and then you're just like, it happens. Let's give it a couple of seconds. It looks like we got one person watching. We can hey, everybody, tuning in to Bushnell Live. I think this is episode 5 or 6. I don't know. I've lost count of things during this whole pandemic we're in, so we're just doing it week by week. But we're here with a very special guest, Maggie Reese Voigt. Maggie, how are you doing?
Hi.
How is everything out in Cali? Doing well?
Gosh, West Coast. Yeah, West Coast. It's good. It's weird. I'm sure it's weird like it is everywhere. It's strange.
Especially so in California sometimes.
We kind of got our West Coast mentality going on out here.
Hey, we're all taking this one day at a time. There's no need to get in a hurry, but we're making it through. So we appreciate you taking a couple minutes to join us. I know it's been a break in the shooting schedule, but you probably might be enjoying that just a little bit or not at all. What's your take on it? You liking a little downtime or ready to get back at it?
Well, it's weird because I usually get, downtime after, the season ends kind of around like November. And so I have like December, January, and then SHOT Show's the kickoff of things. And February, I shot my first match of the year in February, a single stack match. And that was my last match,
Short window.
Yeah. So I felt like I already had my downtime. And then now this is extra downtime. And I mean, up until this last weekend, I hadn't shot a gun in months, since that February match. And that's weird for me. That is really, really weird. And I was starting to get to that point where I was like, am I going to remember how to do this? Will it all come back? I don't know.
But on the plus side, since you also represent hoppies, I bet all your guns are just crystal clean.
Yes, I've been so diligently cleaning everything.
I think that's kind of a fun thing about shooting. Like you have a certain regimen of when you clean, but everybody's is different. Some people like to shoot a gun till it quits malfunctions and then clean it, but I know that's not the case.
Well, that's what gun medic is for. Like I'm a huge I don't need to clean this thing. I just need to spray it out.
There's a little shot in there and you're good to go. So
I was gonna say that's my theory at least.
No, I think it's a good theory. I like it. I'm with you on that. So, Maggie, I know a lot about how you got started shooting has been documented, but I hope maybe you'd talk to us a little bit about it. I mean, your first trip, like many of us, were with your dad, right? And you guys kind of got into it a little bit differently because you guys are shooting bowling pin leagues and steel challenge leagues. And tell us about that kind of first array into the shooting world, if you will.
Well, it was a really fun time. It was, like you said, bowling pin matches, man versus man steel matches, some really kind of cool, different stuff than what I do now, but really fun. And it was just like a great opportunity to spend time with my dad. Initially, I had zero interest. Like I was not into guns. I was not competitive. I just really didn't want to do it. And my dad pushed me and he was like, just try it one time with me. Just try it one time. And so I did, and I loved it. And I spent the next few years shooting with him. I shot a 45, 230, grain ammo. I mean, like full bore, like there was no stopping me, and I loved it. I just totally loved it. And at that time, I had no idea that there was anything like a professional league or sponsors or, anything like that. It was just like something I did on the weekends with my dad, and we went to the local range and we shot some cool stuff.
Well, you escalated pretty quickly because I think that was another little short transition there. I mean, but it didn't take you long to get that competitive fire going. Was there a moment or a match maybe when it just like, hey, I can do this. This is something I'm in, or how did that light switch get turned on?
Well, yeah, I was in between jobs. I was moving, and I thought, I'm going to go shoot one big match. I had heard that there was this one big match in California called Steel Challenge. And it was in Piru, California at the time. And I thought, like, this is like a big deal. I'm going to show up and shoot it. And I literally did. I showed up with my 45. I went out there a week early. There were all kinds of like big name top shooters. I had no idea who they were. They were all practicing because it was like a world championship. And like, I just showed up. I had my dad's gun. I had my dad's belt. I thought, I don't know who these people are, but I can sneak in the middle and do this. And it ended up just being like super cool. But it was like this really bizarre circumstance where I met Taryn Butler, Phil Strader, Todd Jarrett, Julie Golub, like all these like huge, big names in the shooting sports. Had no idea who they were, but they were all like super helpful. People started loaning me gear, started loaning me guns, gave me ammo. Like Dave Savigny gave me like, a ton of ammo. Like all these people were so nice. And from there, I heard about USPSA. I had no idea what it was. I heard about 3-Gun. I had no idea what it was. And I thought, well, maybe I'll just go to like a couple more matches and see what else is out there. So here I am.
Well, I think that's awesome. And I think you hit on something that's a little bit unique to the shooting sports, is that that's why we encourage people to go shoot a match, because people are going to take care of you. They're going to help you with gear. They're going to help you with guns. They're going to do everything they can to make sure you're having an enjoyable time. I think it's pretty rare when you talk about competitions, because generally it's a team versus team or person versus person. So that's one of the great things about our industry. And I'm sure as you've progressed in it, now you get to turn around and help new shooters get involved.
That's my hope. That's how I, that's what I want to be. That's how I hope it's perceived, is that, when I meet people out there, like I want to loan them guns. I want to loan them gear. I want to give them ammo. I want to point them in the right direction. I want to give them stage advice, whatever it is, just to keep people getting back out there, because people did that for me and it was super awesome. And it's changed my life. Like people may not know this about me, but I was in hospital administration before this. So I didn't think I was going to be like a professional shooter traveling the world, but people helped me out and got me pointed in the right direction. And so it's just been super, super awesome.
So where did you think you were going to be? Was there a career path laid out, or what were you thinking?
I thought I would still work in hospital administration. I thought I would work in an office like 8 to 5, Monday through Friday, and, and do that. And it's weird though, because I had this conversation with my mom like a little while ago. And she was saying that when I was younger, when I was like a little kid, I had told her that I wanted to travel the world. And she came back and she said to me, you figured out how to do that. You figured out how to travel the world. And it wasn't something that I was conscious of actively pursuing, but it worked out the way that I guess I had always dreamed of as like a little kid, of like, now I get to go to like these super cool places. I've been to Russia. I've been to Indonesia. I've been throughout Europe. I've been throughout Africa, like shooting guns,
That's awesome. And that was one of the things I was going to ask you about, and I'll just jump to it now. But I mean, going and shooting in the World IPSC as a part of that team, how awesome was that to like be out there for Team USA and get to shoot? I mean, that had to be exhilarating.
I mean, it's been super awesome. Like I said, like the one of the very first people and the first major top female shooter I think I ever met was Julie Golub, was at that Steel Challenge match. And then years later to be on a team with her, like representing, Team USA in another country, it's just like, oh my gosh, like how did this happen to me? Like, how is this my life? But it's been absolutely amazing. And it's really cool now to have all these different friends, like in different countries, and just people to connect with in a way that I never even imagined.
You didn't just do it one time. You got to do it 3 times, right? I mean, 3 times on the world team?
Yeah, I've been...
She's going, I got to do a quick math.
I know, I got to think too. So 3 times for World Handgun.
Okay.
And then once for World Rifle. That was the one that was in Russia.
Yeah, I did a little sleuthing through the interwebs or the social media, and thought this was a great picture. This will probably bring back a few memories.
I love it. I love it.
So, yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I can't imagine. I think the shooting sports being played out on a world league is something very underestimated. A lot of people don't realize that it's a huge footprint, and while we might not see some maybe PRS or 3-Gun worldwide, there are definitely shooters that are embracing it on almost probably every continent except Antarctica, I would imagine.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's like I said, it's been truly amazing to meet people from New Zealand and Australia and all these just wild different places that I just never thought. I never imagined it.
So I do have to ask you though, comparing the world stage to the world television stage, i.e. Top Shot, how was that experience? I couldn't let that slide without getting a little Top Shot reference in there. How was that?
Top Shot was fun. It was super fun. I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch it because I haven't seen it in years. Okay. So I remember what happened, but I don't really remember what aired on TV. And it's actually funny because like the VP of Ruger was texting me like last week. It must have been airing on the History Channel or something, re-airing. And he's asking me questions. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is still on TV. Like,
that's great. Yeah, I found a couple pictures. So I was wondering if you remembered this one. This one looks like she's ready to go.
I know. I was pretty happy. They gave everybody for the promo shots. They gave everybody different guns, and I feel like I got a badass gun to hold.
You did. You got a second one too. You did awesome. I know someone. I won't call him out, but I know someone who was on a later episode, and he got a slingshot, and he's still getting a lot of grief for that. So that's. But speaking of the Top Shot, I mean, I watched it. I was a big fan. That was something I was like, I think I might be able to do. But I mean, how was that experience? That was, the way it looked on TV. I know you got to think back about it a little bit, but it had to be pretty exciting at the time, and kind of not knowing what firearm or weapon you were going to use next.
Yeah, it was very interesting. I was pretty fortunate. I was on the second season, so that season also had Athena Lee, who's a super, amazing, world champion female shooter. Chris Tilley, another world champion. So I knew both those people prior to the show. So I wasn't totally showing up alone, like not knowing anybody, but it was exactly what you would expect from a reality TV experience. We were in a house. No outside communication with the world, no TV, no newspapers, not allowed to call home. Like we were just all of us together 24 hours a day. So it was kind of a little, bizarre, like not to talk to family and not to know what was going on in the outside world. And then the competitions themselves, they were totally different from anything I'd ever, done before. Maybe a little bit more kind of like trick shooting sometimes, or just a little bit different than what I was used to. And shooting guns I'd never shot before. And of course we got into like the bow and arrow. Like, don't bring up the bow and arrow to me.
I have to bring up the bow and arrow.
Don't bring up the bow and that stupid bow. Like, it's a bow.
I was gonna say, how disappointed were you when you got to that challenge and you were like, oh, it's a bow and arrow, and then the elimination challenge was the team elimination was another bow and arrow. I was like,
how dumb is this? And like the week afterwards, I think they had open guns. And they had like JJ Ricazza came back. I think it was JJ and Blake Maguez, right? With open guns. I was like, I could have been the open gun shooter. Like, that's my thing. Like, I had a bow and like I don't even know what that was. Was it a compound bow? Like, not my thing.
They know. It's television. They know. So I take it you're not an archer to this day. That didn't like instill a light of fire in archery for you.
I thought it would, and I continued to like every once in a while, like, attempt. And then I was like, no, I just want a gun. Like, what? I want a gun. I was like, give me a gun.
Nice. So something else a lot of people not know about you, and I didn't know this about you until I think it was a couple of SHOT shows ago, but you're kind of a zombie fan buff. You like zombies, or at least the idea of shooting zombies, right? Did I get that right?
I'm a little bit, I like to prepare for the apocalypse. Like, and in my what's that big word that I'm trying to say? Thank you. I want zombies, like not a virus, like not like who wants to chase after a virus? I want zombies. I'm preparing myself for zombies.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed too in that effect. But so, all right, so let's just rewrite the script, and we're in the zombie apocalypse now. What's going to be your go-to firearm setup? What are you going to use to keep yourself safe?
Well, I mean, zombie apocalypse. It's got like, well, I mean, 223, like loading up the magazines all day long. Got the flashlight, got the laser, got all the accessories, and like 100 magazines ready to go.
Nice. So would you call yourself a prepper? Is that something that you would label yourself at, or is it just kind of a what if?
Let's just say you didn't catch me without any toilet paper. Like I'm ready for this.
Okay.
I've got all the toilet paper, and I've had it stacked up in my garage for a long time.
So, a lot of people that have been coming on, we have had to ask them a few kind of COVID-related questions. So I do have a couple for you. One, I was curious if you had maybe a luxury item, maybe something you purchased before all this started or purchased during that you're just like, man, this is nice. I mean, Waddell talked about upgrading his Wi-Fi. His dad called it, Firewire. And Travis T-Bone got into coffee. So I was just curious, maybe there was something you're enjoying now more than you used to.
Well, I will tell you, like when this all happened, right? And we started doing like the Zoom meetings and the Instagram live and everything's all virtual and everything. I had a neighbor come over and help me set up like an actual like home studio. And one of the purchases that I made, and I did like the drive-by curbside pickup from Best Buy, but I have in front of me like the ring light that like lights up your face. Like it's supposed to be so much better for the Zoom.
High tech.
I don't know. I don't know if you can tell that I have the light, but like that was my big, like if I'm going to be on a Zoom meeting all day long, like I got to have like the full on professional studio.
Well, what about a guilty pleasure? Has there been something you found yourself doing that you wouldn't normally do during current times, or late night snacking or anything?
Yeah, I watched Tiger King not once but twice. Like I probably wouldn't spend the time to do that under normal circumstances, but like I was like, yeah, I could sit here and stay up all night and watch Netflix all night.
Yeah, it's a quick rabbit hole to get stuck down into. That's for sure. So
yeah.
So I know during normal times, I mean, you're extremely busy. You're involved in a lot of different things, and from Babes with Bullets to Shoot Like a Girl, and you even we're in the midst of getting ready to shoot a new kind of digital series for Ruger. Is that correct?
Yeah, we were actually set up and ready to go in February, and we're going to start filming. And a super cool project. We kind of wanted to base it on reconnecting with people who had previously been in the shooting sports and kind of just bring them back into it, kind of reignite that passion, bring people back into the shooting sports. And obviously, stuff changed. But in the process, we've gone back and revisited it and talked about like what we want to do going forward when travel resumes and we can get the filming up and going again. And we thought like there are so many brand new gun owners, like first time gun owners who are out there. And we really want to connect with those people and connect with them in a way that that brings them into the community, safety wise, sports wise, just that kind of family environment that I talked about when I went to my first match and met so many people who helped me out. So yeah. I think there's just going to be some really fun things that we can now cover going forward with these millions and millions of brand new first time gun owners. So I'm excited for it.
Yeah, no, it sounds very interesting to go back, like you said, and try to find those people who are completely new to it, or maybe who just haven't shot in a while, who had that early connection and get them back out in the field. So that's called the Ruger American New Shoot Academy. It's called Maggie's Mission. Is that?
Yes, that's me. Maggie's Mission.
Awesome. Where can people check that out once you finally get all the episodes done? And where's that?
Oh my gosh, it'll be in a couple different formats. So you have to follow me on Instagram. You have to follow me on Facebook. You have to follow you guys, and we'll be releasing all the details when it's ready to air and where you can tune in. So
awesome. Cool. Well, we look forward to seeing that. I think that'll be a good deal. So So I prepared some questions for you. We'll get to in just a little bit, and then we're going to open up. If anybody has any questions while they're watching this, feel free to start hitting them up in the comments, and we'll get Maggie's take on some things. But I prepared a few for you, and I thought it might be kind of fun if we did a version of the Would You Rather game. Are you familiar with that?
Yeah.
Been a while. So I figured if you maybe have an adult beverage, I know it's really early out there in California. But she's got something. What are we drinking? All right.
So I'm back on trying to do the low carb, like the keto, like, been drinking beer for a while. So this is like, I don't know, I found it in the grocery store. It's low carb. It's got alcohol in it. It's perfect.
Are you drinking the Claw? Have you been captured by the Claw, Maggie?
I love the Claw, right? But I'm like a person that has to try everything. Why are you shaking your head? I have to try everything though, so that when I go back to the Claw, I appreciate it even more.
Okay. I have to be honest. I've never tried it. I did try the Trulio or whatever that was before.
No. The Claw.
Pretty similar. Okay. Well, maybe on your recommendation, I'll give it a chance, but I doubt it. So don't be disappointed with me if I don't go down that road. So if you're just tuning in, we're here with Maggie Reese Voigt here on Bushnell Live, fixing to open up to a little Q&A. At least I have some questions prepared. So if you got a question for Maggie, go ahead and fly it out there, and we'll see it down there. So you love to travel. I mean, you've told me that. If you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go?
Oh my gosh. I've never been to South America, right? So I've been to Europe, Asia, Africa. I've never been to South America, and I've never been to like Australia and New Zealand. So I like to check off the list. I want to go to those places. I want to shoot a match there for sure. Yeah,
that would be good. What's been your favorite place you've gone to so far?
Probably when we went to Russia, just because it's like one of those places you don't think you're never in your life going to go take a vacation to Russia, right? That's not a normal thing. Like you might go to Europe for a vacation, or you might go other places, but we don't really think about traveling to Russia. So it was super cool. And it was one of the most like intensive processes to go through in terms of like the visa and the gun permits and like, setting everything up for travel. So it was intense to get there, but it was super cool just to land there and be like, oh my gosh, like I'm in Russia. Who would have ever thought, So.
I hate to sidetrack, but your friends over at Good Zone say I'm not going to like the White Claw, but they'd rather be drinking what's in my glass. So sorry.
Yeah, I don't know. It's you're kind of more of a manly man drinker.
Yeah, a little whiskey, a little Captain and Coke, Jack and Coke, something. And actually, Coke Zero has been my go-to right now.
Do you drink vodka?
A little bit.
You can mix vodka with your White Claw. Like maybe I shouldn't be revealing all of my secrets right now, but
that's it. That's the guess. Is you drink the vodka with the white. Okay, I'm on board. I'm on board again. You swayed me back over.
Not that I would ever do that.
If you guys have a question for Maggie, go ahead and fire it off in the comments. If I missed it, I apologize. We'll try to get back into it. So, one of the things I love about you, Maggie, is you're always smiling. You always seem to be enjoying yourself. But one of the things I've noticed is like you have the best in the moment action faces. Like I don't know if this is your game face coming out or the camera is right on it, but I thought I had to show a couple. But this one in particular, I think this goes back a little ways, but that's a good game face right there. And I know you're moving away from the targets and you're trying to obey the 180 rule and keeping that trigger, but that face, that looks good.
Yeah, I do this weird thing where it's like, and then like the lips get pursed and I'm super angry and like, I don't know, I lose my neck a little bit and my jawline in the process. And I've no joke, like tried to practice, like, can I keep like a neutral face? Like you see some people and they're shooting and they're just like, and like, no. That's me when I shoot. That's me.
Well, what I love about it, even when you're not shooting, you're having a good time. So you're constantly just engaging the camera, whoever's watching.
No, okay, that photo is from Bianchi Cup. Okay, it is hot. It was humid. Like I'm sure it was probably raining at some process, you know, or at some point. Okay, Bianchi Cup photos, those are the worst photos.
Speaking of Bianchi Cup, I know that's a grueling match, but what is your worst or most hated stage in that? Is it the falling plates or the mover? What is it?
Actually, this is really weird, but for some reason, like the barricade, which is like, you know, I shoot opens. We have like the little wings on the gun and everything. Like barricade is usually like everybody's favorite stage. It's like really easy for them for some reason, but like I don't know why, but it gives me trouble. And I've sat there with Doug Koenig, who's won it like 327.
Who's that guy? Does he shoot Bianchi?
Yeah. And been like, what am I doing wrong? And you know, even Doug's like, I don't know. You know, like I don't know. It's just like I don't know. I just want to stand there and like freestyle shoot it.
Yeah. All right.
Got a good plan, though.
Harrison had a question. I think it's, you know, pretty valuable. How's it being a competitive shooter out in California with all the restrictions? Do you find yourself like constantly juggling it, or you got your system down where you can just ready to rock and roll whenever needed?
You know, it's like anything. You make it work. You make life work. You make everything work, you know? So, you know, there's great opportunities like out here on the West Coast. There's a ton of shooters. So, you know, we make it happen.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's just one of the things. If you're a firearm owner, you have to roll with the punches because it's all different. Airlines are different, but
yeah,
once you've done it a couple times and get that gist, it becomes pretty ordinary. And there's always those one or two situations.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, I mean, everybody always asks me like, oh my gosh, how is it flying, you know, with firearms and everything? I'm like, it can, you know, there's a lot to go through, but you just do it, you know, you just do it.
Right. Yeah. You just gotta get her done. So I think this might have also been a Bianchi, but you know, since you weren't with Bushnell when this was taken, but I gotta ask, this has got to be a lot larger red dot than what you're used to now on a pistol, right?
Yeah, I don't know when that, well, based on the shirt, that was probably 10 years ago, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, you know, there might have been a few improvements since then.
So tell us about red dots, because you love them. I mean, you got them on everything. Was that something you shot early on with your dad or got introduced to, or how did you kind of transition to get over to the reflex and the red dot sides?
No, when I first started shooting, I always shot single stack, like, and that's still like I love single stack. Single stack is like your 1911, you know, iron sight, like, you know, I just love it. Like that's like old school, my heart. I love it. I always go back to it. But definitely when I started shooting with my husband more, when I started shooting with Mike Voigt, who's my husband, he was just very into like modern technology, like new stuff, cool stuff, like all the latest and greatest. And so then I really started shooting open division, either open division pistol or open division 3-gun or whatever it was. And then I embraced the beauty of the red dot. Embrace the beauty of optics. And it's fun. It's fun to always have new gear and be out there testing new gear. I really like that part of it.
So if you were gonna recommend a quick red dot to somebody, what would be your go-to red dot to try? It's a shameless plug for me, but for Bushnell, but what would you go to?
Definitely the First Strike 2.0. I think like I want to say I probably asked you for like, can I have like 10? Can I put them like on every single gun that I have? Like, cause they'll go on pistol, shotgun, you know, rifle, PCC. I'm like, can I just have like one for every gun I own? You know, like it's cool. Like it's just, it makes it, you know, so much more fun to go out and shoot, you know?
You've got another one that you're quite fond of, that TRS 25 and 26 has been with you for a long time as well, right?
I like definitely the TRS 26, and I put that on my PCC. Sometimes like it's just good to have like that difference, but that's another cool one. And it kind of depends on what match I'm going to be going to and what style of shooting that I'm going to be going to. But that's another fun one. Definitely.
Nice. So I did find another photo of you that I was wondering maybe that.
Why are you doing this to me?
Maybe something happened out in California, and I know people can't go to get to their hairdressers and beauty salons, but I didn't know if you went blonde. I thought maybe this was recent, or
that was at a ladies' camp, actually. I was trying out a look. I mean,
I think you called that your Marilyn Monroe. Was that what that was about?
It might not quite be my shade.
Oh, that's great. All right. So if you guys are watching, we're here on another episode of Bushnell Live. We got the one and only Maggie Reese Voigt with us, and we're fixing to play a Would You Rather. So, go back to your high school days, I guess, at least for me, dating myself a little bit. But, we'll ask a question, or I'll ask a question to Maggie. If you agree with Maggie's answer, then hopefully you've had enough time to go to the refrigerator and grab a nice adult beverage, and you can drink your response, and then we'll play this. So, all right, are you ready for these questions?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So,
are they easy questions?
They're pretty easy. Yeah. Although a couple of them, I'm not sure how I would answer. So we'll get to see that. So, all right. Would you rather be in jail for 1 year, or lose a year from your life?
Live hard. I'll take that year off and enjoy my time in the process.
Okay. All right. I like it. I'm good with that. So would you rather have no taste or no smell?
I'm going to say no smell, because I want to drink my beer and I want to eat my spicy food.
Okay. No smell. I'm going to agree with you on that one.
I know.
So I'm with you. All right. So this one might be a little difficult for you. Would you rather get to shoot a horde of zombies or get $15,000?
Ooh. You got to live in the moment. I'm going to shoot those zombies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I figured that was where you're going, but I had to ask.
You can make money later.
You get money from posing with all the dead
with all the heads afterwards.
All right, so this one had me thinking a little bit. I have my answer, but would you rather use a fork and no spoon for the rest of your life, or a spoon and no fork?
What kind of question is this? Like, how about a spork?
Hey, no cheating. You can't cheat. No, you fork or spoon. What's your go-to fooding competition instrument?
I feel like you can't, you use a fork more often, but when you need a spoon, you really need a spoon. Like, you need, how, for soup, for ice cream, I guess I would have to, I'd pick the spoon and then use my hands any other time.
Okay. All right. I guess that works. I'll drink to that.
I know. What are the rules for us drinking?
I think just sit back and enjoy the ride. So whatever. Well, you might have to run to the refrigerator and get a few more White Claws out, but it'll be okay.
I know.
Here was one that had me thinking, though. But would you rather live without hot water for all your showers, or live without a washing machine?
Oh, I'm going to take the hot water and drop my dirty clothes off at the neighbors. I need a hot shower.
I'm with you. I'm with you on that. I figured that hot shower is just too important.
Yeah, and I want a burning, scalding hot shower every time. Mm-hmm.
All right, so this is another prison-related question, but I thought it was a good one. So would you rather be in a hardcore maximum security prison for 1 year, or kind of a laid-back, minimal 4 or 5? Nothing bad will happen to you in either. You'll just have to spend your time and abide by everything. So it's not like you're going to get shanked in one versus the other.
Yeah, these are weird. Now we're talking about shanking?
We got off the rails. I figured you'd already have something to go in with. You'd be ready to go.
I guess. I'm going to say tough it out and get it over with.
Okay. I'm with you on that one. All right. So this one may be more your style. So it's a little bit long-winded. So bear with me. So would you rather have everyone laugh at your jokes but find no one else's jokes are funny, or have nobody laugh at your jokes, but you think everybody's jokes are funny?
Oh. No, I want people to laugh at my jokes.
I have to think that's a good answer. That'd be a little weird not to every time you crack something up, because you're a little bit of a comedian. I had to reach out to one of your fellow shooters. You mentioned her a couple of times, and Miss Julie Golub, and she had some good stories to share. But but no, it was a lot of fun. But she said Maggie Reese is definitely one of those people who's always kind of encouraging you from the sidelines, I think is what her words were. So, and I think so much so when you guys were over there might have been an incident with riding an animal that you had to encourage Julie to do. She gave me this permission to show this, but
I love it.
She said she wanted to ride the donkey, and you were just over there in the background, just rooting her on with all the enthusiasm you could muster.
Oh my gosh, like those are like the coolest memories, like for sure. Like going to Greece and like having a day off and doing like all these fun, like goofy things. Like, I mean, who's ridden a donkey in Greece? Like, not very many people, But like,
there's a little bit better
yeah, she told me like she is like my single stack, like super BFF. Like, oh, I love shooting with her. We gotta get over this. Like, I miss these people. I miss I miss like the competition and the shooting and everything. But like, I miss seeing these people.
Yeah, no, she was talking about that kind of the competitive spirit you guys had. So. It's definitely I know that's missed from all the shooters out there. So, yeah. All right, back to the would you rather. So, would you rather have the police be hunting you for a crime you didn't commit, or have some psychopathic clown chasing you down trying to kill you?
I don't know. I'm gonna say the clown.
Okay.
And I'm gonna pretend the clown is a zombie.
Touche. That'll work. All right. Here's a good one for you. Would you rather constantly be tired or constantly be hungry?
Ooh, I don't know. I get a little hangry sometimes. Like that might be miserable for people around me. Although I'm not too pleasant when I'm tired either. Like, I'm trying. What would people want to deal with?
You can't take the easy way out. It's got to be one or the other. Always tired, or always hungry.
I'm gonna say always tired because, like, again, I want my Thai food. I want my Mexican food. I want my beer. Like.
Yeah. All right, I like that. I think I would have to gone a little bit to the hungry side. I think maybe I could just
really. You need your sleep.
I do. I need my beauty sleep. Let's All right. So here's a shooting related question for you. And I think this is probably an easy one for you. But would you rather never have to help reset a stage, or carry two people's gear to each stage during the match?
I will carry the gear. I will carry the gear. Yeah.
I would have lost that one. I thought you might have some. Yeah.
Well, see, I oftentimes travel. I've got like the little 3-gun cart, So everybody throw the gear in the cart. I'll drag it along, and you guys reset. Well, you know what? It's kind of weird. Like when we go to international matches, like they don't have resetters like they do. Well, we don't reset. They have resetters.
They have resetters, yeah.
Yeah. So you do kind of find yourself like standing around like, what am I supposed to be doing right now? But sometimes you need to reset just to stay active and keep up with things.
Yeah, no, I got you. Yeah, I was wondering if there was, since you're obviously a pro and I'm not, when you are resetting targets, if there's anything you're kind of trying to watch from the last person's run or see close up. Are you doing any gaming during that instance, or is it just purely tape, score, let them get out and get in position?
No, I think there's definitely things to learn from because, you kind of walk through the stage on your way out to the target that you're supposed to be resetting. So you get that, extra opportunity to kind of look for things. And then, of course, if you notice, gosh, everybody's missing this target, then you kind of make like a mental note of like people aren't being, giving it the attention that it deserves, So there's stuff that you can learn from resetting for sure. For sure.
Yeah. It's always interesting watching the matches and how people diagnose it and what they do after it. Everybody's got their own on their own rhythm. When you step up to the line for the first time, do you kind of have a sequence that you follow, or are you just kind of off the cuff when you approach the first stage?
The first stage of the first morning is always like the most nerve-wracking. It's always the one that like, I don't know, like I hate that first stage. And then usually once I'm past like the first stage, I have a little bit of the jitters like out of me, but like, I'm still, oh my God, wound up the rest of the time, but it's that first stage. And then when I step up to the line for every stage, I always try to think like positive thoughts, of things I want to accomplish in the run that I'm about to do, instead of like obsessing over something that I might be a little bit nervous about in the stage. That's my goal, at least.
That's what you hope happens, right?
Yes. Like, you don't want to sit there and be like, oh my gosh, don't shoot the no shoot, don't shoot the no shoot, don't shoot the no shoot, because then you're going to shoot it. Got to be positive thoughts.
I got a couple more would you rather questions for you. So would you rather go without social media or go without watching television and movies?
I don't know. Like I'm honestly, even though I've been watching more Netflix than usual, I'm not a huge TV person. Like I sometimes I'll go for days without like turning on the TV. But I also think like, it's good to like disconnect from social media sometimes, Sure. But I probably in the end have to keep the social media because like that's how I stay connected to people and friends and family and stuff. So
makes sense. Yeah. If they would have put sports in the equation, I probably couldn't have done without television. But since the question wasn't, so yeah, I'll drink with you on that. We can hang up the television and movies. All right, so I've got one more for you. Actually, I've got maybe a couple more here. So let's see here. Would you rather, zombie apocalypse question, frame of line, would you rather have a rifle with no optic or a pistol with an optic in the zombie apocalypse?
I take the pistol with the optic. I can shoot an iron-sighted pistol. I cannot shoot an iron-sighted rifle to save my life. And I would need to save my life in a zombie apocalypse.
So you're just glad it wasn't like an old musket or a Springfield rifle and Top Shot elimination challenge. That would have got you too, right?
No. In fact, in the trials, I want to say in the trials for Top Shot, we shot an iron-sighted pistol, an iron-sighted rifle, and something else. And it was my scores from the pistol that like got me into the next round because like I hit nothing with the rifle. And I remember them being like, I thought you were a 3-gun shooter. I thought you could shoot a rifle. I'm like, not without an optic. I mean, like, hello, what century are we in? Like, we put optics on our rifles.
I have to agree with that one. you won't find me arguing against that one at all. All right. So let's see. I don't know if that was my last one for you. I think that might have been, man. Congratulations, you passed the would you rather.
So nervous. I'm so nervous for what you're gonna ask.
So I know you've been on Team Bushnell for a while now, and you've gotten to shoot with some amazing people. I love this photo, one because I was there, but I thought this was an excellent photo. But what have you enjoyed most? Because not only are you a Bushnell sponsored shooter, but obviously Hoppies, and I know you guys had a lot of fun with it.
I love that one.
This one was an awesome trip too. So I mean, it's like, what have you enjoyed most about being kind of in that camaraderie of family between the Hoppies and the Bushnell team?
Well, actually, so what's cool about like the first photo you showed with Robert and Corinne, like I'd met Corinne before, but I hadn't really spent very much time with her. And then I'd never met Robert before. He shoots, long range, King of 2 Mile. And oh my gosh, like they're like the coolest people. Like I had so much fun, like getting to know both of them. And this, like Robert tells the best stories, like the best stories in the world. Like I could just sit there all night long and listen to him tell stories. So that's been really cool. That's been like just like the greatest part of like this whole experience is to meet these people who are so talented, who I've admired for so long, who I just aspire to be like. I just want to be around them. I want to shoot like them, and to get to go out there and meet them and spend time with them has just been like, I mean, it's a pretty cool job. It's absolutely a pretty cool job. And then that photo, that Hoppy's photo, I mean, that one is super cool. I mean, Lena and Jessie and Missy, I mean, like those are cool ladies. And like, I love it. I have all the posters. I have all the photos up in my office. Like, I mean, it's cool. Like, I'm just super, super honored to be like out there with these ladies.
I do have to ask you on the Hoppy shoot, but you know, there had to be a lot of stops and starts maybe to that, because you know, you guys had to look good and shoot good. So that one take a little longer than normal.
Well, that was like the cool part. Okay, so I've done like a lot of photo shoots with guys, and guys are ready in like 30 seconds. Like, take the photo, let's go. Like that doesn't work. Like so we were all out there. We're doing our hair. Like we're like, oh, no shine on the face. Like, I mean, I was like I always need other women on photo shoots, so I'm not the only one. And it was like the best experience. Like, no more men at photo shoots, only women.
No, it's a good group. Anytime you ladies are together, it's a lot of laughter. I think you guys enjoy yourselves much more than the guys do in any circumstance. So it's awesome to get to watch that from at least my angle. But I would say you do pretty well in your own photo shoots. I mean, this is an awesome photo. You are ready to rock there.
World's best photographer took that photo. Yeah, that's a photo from Shane from Safariland, and like, oh gosh, yeah, I have fun. I have a good time. I have a good time. So I get to do some cool stuff.
Before we let you go, you know, we have to do our lightning round. So I've got a few more questions prepared for you that are really going to let us kind of dive deep inside the mind of Maggie. So
let me prepare myself.
But you know, before we break, let everybody know where they can follow you, where they can figure out what's going on with Maggie, because I know you're doing a lot, and it's a nonstop. Even though we're stopped now, you know, this is a rarity for you, because you get a lot of irons in the fire, as they say.
Yeah, so definitely follow me on social media. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Facebook. Maggie Reese. It's all under Maggie Reese. There's been some cool things going on now because of this situation, and because like I've got my home studio set up and my ring light and everything. So I'm really excited to do some more video content and things going forward. So I think that's going to be awesome, and you'll have to check it out. So follow me on Instagram and Facebook, Maggie Reese.
So one cool thing I saw that you were doing, you took part in the Dolly Parton challenge before the deal. So I thought this was pretty good. You got your LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and then Tinder there. You're there with a zombie. So that's
right. See, I'm ready. I like if you need a date for the zombie apocalypse, like I'm your girl. Like that is me.
Oh, that's awesome. I appreciate you being
legit though too. That was pre-LASIK. I used to wear like those librarian glasses when I was shooting.
Really? So so did you get corrective surgery or go to contacts, or what'd you do?
I did. No, I got the LASIK. It was awesome. Like now I'm like, it's not quite as tight as it used to be, but I can see the iron sights a lot better than I used to be able to.
I think I've got one more good photo, and I can't tell where this one was at, but this looked like you were doing some pretty dynamic stuff.
Yeah.
Or are you being held in like kind of a rappel or like a sort of harness there?
That's a Superstition. That's in Phoenix, Arizona. Super cool 3-gun match out here on the West Coast. It is. They always do something funky where they tie you up, or they put you in a chair and turn you upside down, or you're going down a slide or jumping out of something, and it's like, obviously I don't practice that a lot. You know, so I remember that I was all twisted up and I could barely like move and get like the rifle position, but that's part of the challenge, is like they throw you into some, you know, kind of funky, kind of uncomfortable situation, and you got to make it work.
So if you could only have to shoot one discipline, because I know you've done a lot, is there a discipline if you can only do one? If I told you, Maggie, you have to only shoot 3-gun, only shoot IPSC, only shoot USPA still challenge. I'm going to be that rude guy that makes you choose one. What are you choosing?
No, because IPSC is how I get to travel the world, and that's how I get to meet people from other countries. Pistol, USPSA, like that's like I started out as a pistol shooter. I always want to be a pistol shooter. 3-gun, like I have like the most awesome, amazing like 3-gun family that I love shooting with. You can't take that away from me. So no, I'm not picking that one. I'm keeping them all. I'm keeping them all.
She's just escaping the question. Okay, all right.
Here, I'll stand by. I'm drinking. I can't answer.
I like it. I think I got to come with this. Is you were the shotgun, getting serious with there. So yeah, and so I guess if you can't pick one discipline, then you probably pick one firearm platform to only shoot, because that wouldn't be fair either, right?
Well, I would definitely get rid of the shotgun. Like, yeah, like the shotgun can go. Like, but what's really cool is what we're doing, and what we're seeing a lot more of is more like we call it like 2x4 division, where you can incorporate the PCC, and then a lot of times there will be like, you can look at the stage and say, I don't want to shoot shotgun because I'm going to shoot PCC instead. So I almost always like kick out the shotgun.
Okay, is it? Just what's not a good fit there? I got to dive just a little bit deeper on that.
I think it's like, to me, a pistol and rifle are like aiming guns. Like you aim, and then when you shoot a shotgun, you just kind of like are supposed to pull the trigger in the general direction of like the target. And like, no, like I want to aim. Am I crazy talking? Like,
no, I think you might be onto something a little bit there. Yeah.
Like I want to aim. I want to pick up a gun and aim. And in fact, to the point where when we were shooting like the 3-Gun Nation, when we were shooting the Pro Series, that was all tactical divisions. So I wasn't shooting an open shotgun. I was shooting like a real shotgun that doesn't have sights on it. But I made my husband put sights on my shotgun, because I was like, I cannot just pick up the gun and pull the trigger. Like when I pick up a gun, I look for sights. And so he put like a little,
he rigged something up.
He rigged something up just to like mentally trick me into like shooting a shotgun. I don't like it. And they're hard to load. Shotguns are hard to load.
I'm with you there. I suffer horribly at the quad loads, and I need some help from our team members to get me on that one.
Like Lena is the most amazing like quad loader in the history of quad loaders, and I've watched all her videos and all of her like tips and tricks, and I'm like, no, it's stupid. I don't want to do it.
Oh, that's good. All right, so well, Maggie, this has been a lot of fun. We appreciate you joining in. I know things are hectic for everybody, but we'll definitely have to do this again, and we'll throw a couple other teammates into the mix so you guys can really let loose a little bit more, and you're not drinking your White Claw by yourself. But,
I need a friend to drink with.
So, all right, I've prepared a few questions. This is what I like to call my lightning round, and this is, you're just supposed to answer these questions, not give a lot of thought to them, because then it takes away the fun of it. Okay. Mm-hmm. So, we'll rapid fire these off, and then I think these will really kind of let everybody know who Maggie is on a much deeper level than what we've unveiled so far today. So, all right, are you ready?
I'm ready. Later.
All right, here we go. Question number 1: on your hot dog, mustard or ketchup?
Mustard.
Okay. What is the best natural solution that you've encountered for no toilet paper? I know you're a hunter, so I know you've been out there without it.
Well, you got to find a leaf. Like, hopefully not poison ivy, because that's awkward.
Okay. All right. This one should be an easy one for you. Did Carol Baskins really kill her husband?
Yes.
Is it
that obvious?
So it's extremely obvious. So, all right. So if you can invite anyone into your house, of course they're COVID clean. living, dead, fictional, cartoon character. Who are you going to let in to kind of come chill with you for 24 hours?
I feel like
Any celebrities or fictional people you'd like to meet?
you know who I really want is like a dog trainer. like I've been cooped up with Penny. She's actually being good. Like normally, like you would see her right here with like.
I know. I've been surprised. I was hoping we were going to get a Penny cameo.
I know. Maybe she'll jump up right at the end. But like,
our views will spike if you put a dog into the mix for sure.
Pen, wake up. No, she's like,
no, not gonna do it.
24 hours a day with her, like I need a dog trainer.
Okay, well, maybe somebody's out there watching who can give you a good reference in there.
No.
All right, so you'll never find me on a long road trip without fill in the blank.
Flaming Hot Cheetos, and Sour Patch Kids.
Okay, good on there. It's okay to pee in the shower, yes or no?
As long as nobody knows about it. So I admit to nothing.
Just between me and you. Wink, wink.
I know. As long as there are no witnesses, everything is cool.
Peanut butter, crunchy or smooth?
Crunchy.
Okay. And I meant it. You are a hunter. I know you've gone out there. If you could only, hunt one species, I know you've been to Africa. What would it be? What would you like to do? For your life, you're just going to get to hunt one thing.
I would say kudu in South Africa. I did that. I went on several hunts with my husband, and like those are my best memories. Memories.
Yeah. Kudu is way up there for me. All right, so
the gray ghost.
You can invite anybody into your living room right now to give you a live musical performance. Who are you getting a front row seat to watch?
Rob Zombie.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I got a drink on that one because I wouldn't have guessed that one in a thousand years.
That's my favorite.
What's the song he's going to play number one for you then?
Ooh, Living Dead Girl.
Okay. See, I told you this was going to expose the real Maggie.
and how appropriate is that right now? You thought I was just like a zombie hunter fan. Like, no, everything zombie.
Just scratching the surface there. We hadn't even gone very deep. All right. So you've gone to your personal stash of toilet paper.
Yes.
You put it on the roll. Mm-hmm. Which way is it facing? Over or under?
Oh, yeah. It goes over the top. If it goes under, get out. Get out of the house. No.
I'm with you on that one. All right. And so the last thing, another fill in the blank question for you. The best thing about being a professional shooter is
traveling with friends.
Okay. Yeah. Kind of left us on a short note there after the.
I know.
No, it's great. Well, Maggie, this has been a lot of fun. Like I said, we'll have to definitely do this again. I'm glad everything's as well as it can be. We certainly look forward to catching the Ruger American Series there, Maggie's Mission, coming out on the Good Zone. And I know once things get back and open, you're going to be running and gunning everywhere. So where are we likely to see you once everything's fully functioning and no more suspensions or delays on matches? What's on your calendar next?
I think first up, I've got some PCC and some 3-gun matches. So really looking forward to that. And then I think towards the end of the year might be a little bit more pistol intensive. The way everything's turned out, of course, now there's matches on top of matches. So everything's so condensed. But I'm hoping to make it all work and hit the highlights and hit my favorite matches, and just, man, looking forward to getting back out there.
Yeah, no, we all are. No, it'll be fun. I know there's a lot of pent up shooting energy, if you will, from all the team members and then everybody who's just normally out there competing. So while you say it will be a short season, but it ought to be fast and furious is my prediction. People
the most appreciated season, definitely. Once we're all out there, hey,
Hey, yeah, it'll definitely put a new spin to it. So,
Mhm.
we appreciate your time today. This has again been a lot of fun. I hope you continue to stay safe out there in the world of California. But it was great checking in with you. Thanks for joining us for a little while today.
Appreciate it. Thank you guys.
All right, so thanks everybody for watching this episode of Bushnell Live. Be sure to tune in next Thursday at 4 p.m. Central Time. We'll be right here. So thanks everybody for watching. Thanks Maggie for joining us. Everybody out there, stay safe. Have a good evening.